Now this is the beginning of the installation of the new vanity. The old vanity is out. I disconnected all this water. I'm going to replace these old crank valves, or throttles they call them, with ball valves. I've got the drain out and ready for the new drain to install. I have all the mold trim up along the floors for the floor to go in. But the project I'm working on right now, this is the hot water line. And I need to reconfigure this to fit inside of the other vanity here. I've turned off the hot water down there, down in the cellar. And now we have to dismantle this back to here. My wife got the new vinyl down around the toilet here. We used this to bring it up to the same level as the old vinyl. Now I believe, looking at this, I think this vinyl is probably circa 1929. I think my grandma and grandpa put this vinyl down in here. It ran out underneath the quarter round here, all the way out under there. There's nothing under this other than the subfloor. So I believe that this is the original vinyl. It has all the markings. It has all the colorations of that era, circa 1929. So we decided that since we're putting in the new vanity over here in this area, that we would put new vinyl down too before we put the vanity down. So that's where we're at. We're going to cut this and fit it now. Okay, progress is slow, but we're coming along. We got it in around the toilet over here, and it looks like it's going to lay up under our quarter round grate here. Now we got to work on this radiator. There's going to be a threshold here that's going to cover the end of that vinyl, and this wall looks great. Okay, radiator is done. All this around here is going to come within our mold trim. Hot water line, it has to be extended over here, and I'm going to use this 3/8 nipple. It's 8 inches long. I'm going to Tef tape it. Back that up. Alright, that should never leak. Okay, I got the Tef tape on this 3/8 pipe here, and I've got the L started. It's getting really tight, so I'm going to put that just straight up, just like that. This reducer goes on here. These ball valves are full flow, so it doesn't matter. There's no way they go. Now this ball valve I want directly on the bottom. So now I'm going to go down and I can shut just the cold off for up here, and we'll take that other valve out, and that comes off. Tef tape this here. All right, our water is in. Everything's turned on. They're charged to these two ball valves. There's no leaking anywhere on either one. Everything is totally dry. I'm gonna hook up all my water with these. They're 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch pipe thread. And that's what I have on the ends of these. That's 1/2 inch pipe thread. And then my water basket in here, right in here, is all 1/2 inch. Now I'm getting ready to install this pump. it's going to come up into the pump and go this way. Now I do have some room down here to move this piece up and down. So if I need to, I can adjust some with that. This is where my other hose is going to come on, right here. This has already been taped. I had to come down here and do a 45 out to this area so that I can get my hose on when it comes time. So now I have to glue these. So let's glue these pieces together. And when you're gluing, this is called CPVC pipe. When you're gluing this, you always glue both ends. You put glue on both ends. I've known people that have not done that and they have leaks. And then you twist it a quarter turn back and forth, and that should do it. And here, right on there, and it wants to be at about that angle. Now I can adjust this up and down a little bit if I need to. The reason why I decided to use this CPVC pipe is because it's semi-rigid. It's a little flexible, but it's pretty rigid to feed this pump. This piece is going to be seen somewhat, so I'm going to paint this right now. So now I'm going to hook up the output of this water valve to the pump. That should hold. I don't think that's going to leak. So now we need to put our pump in. Now I'm using these lags to lag this down. Paint them black when we're done. But I've opted out of using the drill for these. I'm going to use a 7/16 end wrench to make sure that I feel everything that's going on so I don't split anything and I don't strip anything. Good and solid, and I think I'm going to leave them right there. Okay, I'm going to install this cloth all over here so I don't get any glue or primer on anything. It's all the way on, just where we need it. Now we just need to let that dry. Now this piece is going to be totally adjustable, so I'll be able to push this down from down below. Okay, I'm cutting these mold boards off here. So I have exactly the same distance from my vanity to the mold board on both sides. Now as you can see there, that one's cut pretty true and that one's cut pretty true. Now I've got my lines in place here. Now I've got to tighten all these up. And this could be a trick. Right there. Okay. Now the hot. Okay. Right there. All right. Now, cold water's tight here. Cold water's tight here. Hot water's tight here. Hot water's tight here. Outflow to the pump is tight here. And we tightened this up a while back here. Okay, this is a dresser coupler that couples into my drain. I have to put this piece on first, and it goes up to the bottom of that. And this goes first. It goes on like that. Where we're going to line up here. This piece gets put together. All right. That's in. That flange is tight, that flange is tight. This one started in the wall. Okay. I'm going to turn on the cold water first. Just crack it. And we'll make sure there's no leaks here. None there, none there. Everything's good so far. Let's keep our fingers crossed here. Turn this thing on and see what happens. All my water fixtures, everything here's tight. My drains tight here and going into the wall out there. There's no water anywhere. Everything's dry. So the last job I just did is I bolted this right to the floor with 7/16 lags on each side. So this now is rock solid, so if anybody falls into it or anything happens, it can't move. Now I'm working on this top bullnose piece for my mold trim. Now I did these long because I can run them through the router easier when they're long. These are going to be short pieces. These pieces that I cut look pretty close to the other. I'm off a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that because I'll show you how I'm going to apply everything to these and how we're going to put these in. These mold trims down here and the mold trim here are all going to be a really dark brown. I didn't quite land as well, but it's close. So again, we're going to be able to manipulate these a little bit and get them to look pretty close to the other mold trim here. This is going to be our new backsplash. This board is exactly the right size to cut out the backsplash on the top and the kick panel on the bottom. All right, I'm going to use this for my straight edge because this is a factory edge on this board here. When you can use a pattern like that, you get a real nice straight cut. Now through trial and error on this little scratch piece here, I found that clean motor oil works great. 0 weight 20 motor oil. Did a great job. The backsplash is in. Instead of nailing this to the wall or screwing it to the wall or any of that, we opted for silicone on this as well. So this is siliconed back to this wall here. So the next step is this kick panel. And I've decided that I'm going to use square nails for this. All right, I've got a 7/64 drill here, which is exactly what I need for these nails. Square nail, which is cool. Nice and tight. Perfect. This is the half round. It's going back here. All right, I've got this piece in, and I'm going to nail it. All right, that piece is done. Now these two over here by our laundry chute are going to get siliconed and put in with silicone. All right, I just got this one siliconed in. Okay, that's in. We're done. Okay, now I got all this mold trim done. It's completely done. All the way around. These pieces here were siliconed in. All the rest of them I got nails to go in. So this job is complete. Now the next thing we have to do is put the threshold down for the door. I've cut the threshold and nailed it down. My job in this bathroom is done. Comes out to the wood floor nice. I'll do a walk around here when this is all done and all the paint's done and everything's spiffy. This is a walkthrough of the finished bathroom. You can see the trim mold that we put in around the tub. It's a silicone-based product, and it adheres to the tub and it adheres to the floor, and it completely waterproofs it. Towel rack, new shower curtain. This is a piece that we had, and she just repurposed it. We put the same kind of mold trim around the bottom of the toilet that we put around the tub after we put this floor in. Laundry chute is over there. All the mold trim and the radiator cover and the window have been painted a dark brown that she liked. This is the finished vanity. This is the pump that we installed here. This is the bowl. And the only thing new that I've done since we last visited is this handle. Because this is a shower style water on off, you had to reach clear down to get to it. So what I had left around was some 1/4-inch rod that was bent in hoops. It was out of an old entertainment center. And I thought that this might be exactly what we could use. You can see this piece here. I drilled through the handle here and here. I ran the rod through. And this piece, I drilled holes in here. And I welded the rod to it, so it can't come out. I pinched this together. I brought this around and welded it. I pulled these down and welded them. And she's going to eventually paint all this black. It's really the only thing in the bathroom that's not done. And you can see when you turn this on, the water comes out. And then when you push back on it, it shuts off. When you pull it all the way out this way, it's hot. It's very lightweight. It's not going to hurt this handle any, because this handle is not like going to be made to have 15 pounds hanging on it. So this is very lightweight, and it's going to work terrific. And then you don't have to stand on your head to turn the water on and off now. Backsplash is in. Kick panel's in. Everything's done in here. The radiator, all the floor, it's all done. So this is the end of this video. This bathroom is exactly the way my wife wanted it. The nightstand converted to a vanity. Everything's done. If you like what I do and you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.